While politicians in Texas were lying about their energy woes, it was not chiefly caused by renewables. It was natural gas, mostly. Exposed by this month's massive winter storm and blaming them on the Green New Deal in a state that, of course, still gets the majority of its energy from gas and coal. New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was busy volunteering on the ground in Texas and raising $5 million in relief efforts. She also took time out to explain why a state like Texas will need a massive investment in renewable energy to help them weather the next storm.
It is sad, but this is part of our new normal as a country. And we're going to have to really get really good at responding to these disasters swiftly and effectively, and also making the infrastructure investments necessary to prevent these kind of catastrophic chain impacts from happening again. And frankly, that is what the Green New Deal is all about.
This is an enormous area for potential growth and win-win solutions for the U.S. It will upgrade the energy grid, make it more efficient. The person who will oversee a lot of that, were it to happen, whether through legislation or through executive actions for the Biden administration, is new Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, who was confirmed today by an overwhelming bipartisan vote. And Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm joins me now. Madam Secretary, it's good to have you on the program. Congratulations on your new position.
Thanks so much.
When you got the first message saying, I don't know, you're being vetted for Energy Secretary, I don't know how the communication went down. Like, why Energy Secretary? Why did you want this job?
Well, first of all, Chris, from me, as the former governor of Michigan, the place where the automobile was built, I am all about bringing clean energy jobs, especially to communities that have relied, as Michigan has for so long, on a product that is based on oil and gas, like the car, the internal combustion engine. And because of what I did in Michigan, what we did in Michigan to diversify within the auto industry and outside the auto industry, it was a way to bring jobs, good paying jobs to our state. And if we could do it in Michigan, certainly the state can be doing. We had, before COVID, there were about 126,000 people in Michigan working in the clean energy industry. I am totally obsessed about how to create good paying jobs in America. And this is the biggest opportunity for us. In fact, the president, you may have noted, had a supply chain meeting yesterday with a bipartisan group of senators in the White House. And honestly, if we can bring the supply chains for all of these clean energy products to the United States instead of letting our economic competitors eat us for lunch, the jobs that could be created for us in the U.S., good paying jobs, are boundless. So that's why, for me, this was the job of a lifetime, really.
The rhetoric on this, is, as I'm sure you've heard, right, is always about two things. One, that clean energy is unreliable, which was what was trotted out in the wake of the Texas disaster, despite the fact that you had nuclear plants go down, you had coal and natural gas go down, and also that it will kill jobs, that this is all zero sum and they're going to take away your jobs. And, I wonder how much traction you think those arguments have right now.
Well, I think that some want those arguments to have traction, but really, it is not politics that is causing us to move to clean energy and seize that opportunity. It's really the market. These companies and countries across the globe are deciding that it is too much for us to see a planet that has so many horrible climate events. And Texas is one example of that, but California's wildfires. I mean, we can go down the litany. You know the story. So the bottom line is these fossil fuel industries, unfortunately for those who are working in them, are seeing a challenge from their market perspective. So the great thing about the Department of Energy is we are the solutions place. The laboratories, there's 17 national labs, and they're working on solutions to decarbonize fossil fuel, to make sure we have the opportunity to have baseline fuel that does not pollute, that does not spew carbon emissions. Our goal in the Biden administration is to get to net zero carbon emissions by 2050. And that's exactly what we're going to do, adding new clean energy to the grid, as well as decarbonizing the baseload fuel that we have.
Yeah, that point you just made about the labs, whenever you study the org chart of different departments, you find different weird things in different places. But a big part of the energy department are these labs. I mean, this runs one of the biggest, outside the Pentagon, probably the biggest research operation in the U.S. government.
Huge. Yeah, and you should come and do a show at one of the labs where we can look at some of the cool technologies that they are in the process of not just discovering, but now our Department of Energy, because a lot of these technologies need to be deployed, our focus is going to be both on discovery, but also deployment. We've got to add, as a nation, a huge amount of clean energy to the grid, especially if we're going to electrify, for example, the transportation system, especially as more technology comes online and you've got to have more energy being put on the grid. So we've got to upgrade the grid. We've got to add new energy, new clean energy. We've got to add gigawatts to the grid. So the Department of Energy is also going to be in the business of deployment.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.